All right, ladies and gentlemen, there we are. It's the imho.love show. And it's Wednesday night, 7:30 on the 10th day of November, 2021. It's 11/10/21. I'm sure you're supposed to hike a football after that. And welcome to the show, folks. I'm Angelwolf, Mike Murburg. IMHO, in my humble opinion, .love, because love's what it's all about, and everybody's got an opinion. And you know what? Sometimes that's all it's worth. Is even people with big, fancy names and titles, all they got's an opinion.
Yeah, what are any of us worth, though?
Yeah, true. I think we'll scrap out for about $180. So, but anyway, welcome to the show, folks. It's the 10th, and back on Saturday night here at Area 52 at the Darby Ranch, we had our Skywatch. We always wait till there's no moon for better sightings, and what a group, man! We had 49 and maybe 50 for a minute.
Yeah.
It was kind of like almost too much.
Yeah, it was like a overrun at concert. You know, they stormed the fences. Nobody died. We broke 2 toilets. And had a nice overflow at the end.
Lots of flushing, man.
And I passed the kidney stone.
Oh my God, folks! All right, we're all gathered. There's 49 of us. We're gathered around this beautiful campfire, and Mike, who coordinates the event, does the opening invocation and invitation, and all this while he's standing there, and he's been trying to pass a kidney stone for like a day and a half, and he's in charge of all these people, and I know what's going on, man, but he's just, dude, you freaking toughed it out, man. That was an act of valor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you got to feel better once you heard that ka-chink.
Oh yeah.
Jeez, oh Pete.
Yeah, it was quite a weekend.
Trying to shoot a moon rock out your John Thomas, are you?
Right. I got myself a meteorite.
Funny. All right. Well, folks, we're going to be talking about a couple different things this show. We like to think around here on the imho.love show that we have at least 7 senses instead of just the 5 that came with your second grade lunchbox. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. And I have a piece that I wrote. I wrote it a couple months ago, but I'm going to share it on the show here. And it's about the Skywatch. We'll do that in a little bit. And but yeah, most of all, just to get right to it, the gift that we're going to be talking about throughout the evening, the gift is, I'm not going to give it all away right up front, but it is once you have it, you'll never let it go, and it will be the most profound thing you've ever received.
You know, we'll talk about Michael Newberry a little later on. Okay. But the story behind the gift, and
that painting,
and its corresponding other one, I forget the receiving of this,
right?
Are so spot on. But there's a great story behind it.
Okay.
Okay.
If y'all fan down my page, you'll see that Michael Newberry painting, and it's also on the imho.love page. And it's also on the CE5 page.
Yeah, and
there's the meetup page.
And then there's the other painting. It's just we'll post that in the next show.
They're beautiful.
Yeah. Well, you know, the history behind that is I went to visit Michael in 2018. I believe that's what it was. Rose and I went out there.
Okay.
And then we went out we're out in Joshua Tree, and that's when we saw the mothership. Okay, the one I got on videotape. So I'd been out there a few years ago, and I'd seen Michael when I was on The Biggest Loser, and I visited him because he helped. He taught an art class here. He's been up to the ranch. He knows the ranch. And,
sure.
So we go out to visit him, okay? And that was the trip back was memorable too. But we went out to visit him, and it's about a 2-hour drive.
This is 2018.
2018, comfortable drive out of Joshua Tree.
You had a Camaro convertible.
Black
Nice.
Camaro convertible.
There you go.
It was cool. It's funny. I like made a California faux pas and turned like one way, or I don't know. Took my time getting out of the parking lot, and the guy goes, "Hey, what do you think you're on the road?" I go, "No, it's a rental."
That's funny. Yeah, you're returning your rental car going, this thing will do 70 in reverse.
That was a balls-ass car to drive through the desert at night, man.
A Super Sport Camaro convertible?
Yeehaw, yeah.
Oh, buddy, that must have been fun.
Yeah, we did the mountains up there, too.
Wow.
And that was the trip we took to Michael's place in Idlewild.
Okay.
I love Idlewild.
Idlewild?
Yeah, it's the best-kept secret in California. So
well, don't tell anybody.
No, don't tell anybody.
We won't.
But so Michael lives in Hugh Hefner's old house up there, one of the houses for the servants on the 3 acres. Yeah,
some dump.
I know. It's well selected real estate. I'm telling you.
Wow.
So we drove up there to see him the second time, and we got talking about CE5 and what we're doing and the contact we made that week. I was out there with Hollis and Costa and some others, and I learned a lot.
Yeah.
And so we got to Mike's place, and I was just amazed at his work. He's a realist. I mean, he won the Ayn Rand prize for his art, and just a great guy. And so we told him all about it, and he goes, "I got 2 paintings I haven't taken out of the closet in 10 years." And he says, I painted them, and I had no idea what I was painting.
Really?
And that to me is a telltale sign of being channeled.
Yes. Okay. That's totally believable.
And so he takes out these 2 paintings, and they're like 6 foot by 4 foot. They're gigantic.
Yeah.
Right. And I was lucky enough to buy the first of his prints on those, which is just I'm just so grateful for that. And that's why we use them on for our presentation. We used them out in Nevada when we did the MegaCon thing.
Okay.
But and by the way, Dave Beatty was there, and so was
Gary
Voris. Yeah, I mean, go figure, And how did they end up here at the same time with Nancy?
Cosmic cycles,
really,
dude.
Man. It's like
it's all cosmic cycles.
And Bob Davis.
And Bob Davis.
And Gary Beatty. I mean,
and Nancy Dutetra.
It's like all at the same time, same place, same channel, same moment in time. And we had a great video. It started out. Hopefully we'll post it and start. But let me finish up with the Newberry story. So he takes these out, and I immediately understood and knew exactly what they were.
Yeah.
The gift is exactly what we do when we get out there and it's a ball of light, and it's exactly that.
Right.
So I know what this is. And he goes, well, let me show you the other one. And the other one is a man getting zapped by a ball of light coming down and illuminating him.
Okay.
It's just off the charts beautiful. And I was like,
I know that feeling.
That's exactly what we do. We offer it up, and we wait for it to come back to us. It's
sure.
It's a law of energy return, energy response. So... But that's an ET law too. These are laws of the universe. These aren't like human laws. Law of energy response. Stuff like that. So, needless to say, I brought up. I say, hey, I want to. If you ever make prints, I want to buy them. And blah blah blah. But I knew exactly what they were. But they hadn't been seen in 10 years.
Wow.
So I knew exactly what they were. Everybody else who sees them.
Yeah, we used them as for the postcards at UFO Megatron.
Right. We got a bunch of those left over.
Hey, we'll hand them out at the. At the HICEs.
Yeah.
The Heist 5.
We can sign them.
Autograph them.
Yeah. The fat guy who took 6 on The Biggest Loser. and Lou the comedian. Hey, I got a good title for you. You're the comedian and poet in residence here. How's that?
The comedian and poet in residence.
Yeah. How's that?
Whoa.
How's that for a tidy?
I'm getting cards made.
Good.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
Wow.
Man, I'm flattered. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
go on.
Oh, okay. But in that, we're trying not to drop names, and the CE5 HICE community is actually pretty tight. But the people that we've been exposed to lately, Mike's known them longer than I have. I'm just now actually meeting them in person for the first time, and it's really a thrill. Dr. Bob Davis was here over the weekend, and dude, that cat,
he's so funny.
He is so cool.
He's a Mickey Mantle fan.
Of course he's a Mickey Mantle fan.
It's like, hey, dude, you're talking my language. Bronx Bombers, short, right field.
He painted number 7 on his lunchbox when he was a kid. You kidding me? He was a lucky guy.
The Yankees used to live in the town I grew up in, northern New Jersey.
Yeah?
Gene Michaels lived there. Thurman Munson lived there.
Yeah.
All those guys. They were all out there.
Small planet. I used to coach Gina Munson, Thurman Munson's granddaughter, in softball.
Wow, talk about 4 steps removed.
Yeah, man. Thurman Munson. He died in that plane crash.
Yeah, he did. And
that's horrible.
I used to go to turkey shoots to shoot against him. So.
Really? Was he a good shot?
Yeah, he was okay.
For a catcher.
Not bad.
Yeah.
but it was terrible. I watched him. He had a Ford Lake Country Squire, and he's got a couple of pointing dogs in the back, and he brought him too close to the gun range. The dogs went nuts in the back.
Oh, my God.
It was like, forget it, man. He's like, I guess these dogs don't hunt.
These dogs don't hunt. What do I win for this round, Johnny? Nice job. Nice job.
Yeah, they're all cool people, man.
But those guys and Bob Davis, cool as the other side of the pillow, man. What a hip cat. Fun to talk to him.
Another lit dude.
He's a totally lit dude. And Dave Beatty, the film guy that did that Nimitz project.
What a good guy.
What a sweetheart. Oh, and Gary Voorhees, who came late.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But both Dave Beatty did the film, and Gary Voorhees is in the film, or Voorhees, however he pronounces it. That piece, I mean, it's the most entertaining half hour of anything I've watched in Lord knows how long. It's called the Nimitz Project. David Beatty, Beaty. Look it up on YouTube. Kat, if you're watching, if you'll put it in the show notes. Thank you, Kat Carroll. By the way, it was funny. I had the Critter Getter coming today, and he was like minutes down the road, and I had this like rushing thought. And I got to tell somebody about this. And I saw Kat was online. I go, hey, take some notes. Yeah, and cool. she was just what a great kid. And the thing that I called her about, and then we'll move on to the next thing. The thing that I called her about is I had a little revelation about our CE5 group, and this is maybe a duh for some people, but. Have you noticed almost everyone in the CE5 HICE movement is like empathic?
Yeah,
they're empaths. They come here.
Yeah.
You know, if they're genuine, it almost seems like that would be like a 101 requirement for this understanding.
Yeah, empaths and seekers.
Empaths and seekers. Yeah, and you could be both.
You can be both. Most of them are both.
Yeah, and they are, and they're beautiful. But this was the vision that I got, okay? We're always looking up for stuff, looking up, even though everything is all around you and and the life force surrounds us in every, in between your fingernails. The life force is there. But we're always looking up, and we do sky watches, and we sit back and we look up at the sky, and we get those zero gravity chairs, and we just, fade out. And that's what I wrote coming up here. But the thing and this was the vision I had, lightning strikes the ground, okay? And then it sends its charge all through the ground for whatever area it was struck. And who knows how far it really goes. I'm sure there's readable readings for a long ways when lightning hits the ground.
Yes, as you said, even the light from the faintest star has impact on this planet.
Yes. Wow, that's beautiful.
Being, yes.
So lightning bolt then, much better.
Big one, yeah.
Bigger.
That's a wow.
Okay, lightning bolt hits the ground, charges the area. Okay, you're standing there barefoot, subliminally. However it happened, that energy is absorbed through your feet, and then it goes up all through all your chakras, and then it leaves outside your hands, and it bursts out the top of your head. Okay, because you're making a conduit. You're taking the energy from there. It got blended and neutralized for your consumption in the ground. It shoots through your body, and you, in your mindfulness, can shoot that energy out as far as you want to. Like at the end of your meditations, Mike, you always say that we wind up in the subtle realm, and we show up there with empty hands, bare feet, our sense of innocence, and our heart full of love. And then we see what responds to us with that approach.
Yeah, it's amazing how it works.
Yeah.
It was like, and and the thing is that, this past week, we had sightings before we even got into the circle, or as we were getting into the circle.
Yeah.
And that was before dark.
Yep.
And then, of course, nobody's set up or recording on that. But later on in the evening, after the invocation, it was like toward three-quarters of the way through it, we had a sighting. It was just great. The owls were hooting at the same time. The horses were whinnying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was crazy. Frau Blucher.
Yeah, exactly. That was during the invocation. I'm not beyond cutting that joke.
It's so funny, and
that was during the invocation.
Area 52. There's a lot of horse ranches out here, and and if you know Young Frankenstein, Mike's doing and there's like 50 people holding hands, and we're all heading into this meditative state of oneness, creating this vortex of energy, going to shoot it through the multispheres, and all of a sudden, up in the background, it goes. The horse is whinny. That was a bad horse whinny.
Yeah,
but
better. Wilbur.
Exactly. So the horses go like that, and either I said it or somebody in the circle said it. They said, "Frau Blucher."
That was me.
Was that you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just couldn't have stopped laughing. It's like the timing of the horse was perfect.
But also, dude, just as a side note, and you noted it, I sent you that thing today about empathic people having to, in their life, they've endured a lot of pain and a lot of discomfort. And you put a cherry on top and you said yes, and people that can laugh have done the same.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, comedy, that's one thing we bring to the table here that nobody else has is, comedy being the highest form of intelligence. We have the subtle realm, we have consciousness plus imagination. That's how you get there. There's no other way. Imagination is this wonderful...
Repeat that.
Imagination is this wonderful part of consciousness,
Okay.
And that's what we do when we talk about the subtle realm, because the subtle realm is unknown, and what we do is we go in there, and all of a sudden it's an immersion of a total imagination and consciousness.
Okay.
And then that's where you are at your best self.
Oh man!
Send out your your
what a wave of comfort that just came over me there.
Yeah, and you send out your intent and make it specific as best you can, and then make your request, and then bring it back home with you.
Yeah, man! Wow.
And we do that, and for the best part of the show, it's the comedy that goes on out there. When we start cutting up, we start seeing.
Sure.
And it may have been the Frau Blucher thing that brought him in. You just never know.
Well, when that group laughs, they laugh pretty well. It's funny. I do the second invocation meditation, and even though I'm a comedian, I try to throw in a little bit of humor, but I really do. That's the part. That's the speaking or performance or that I look forward to the most, is being able to talk to that group out by the campfire. 50 people in gravity chairs, and I do it a cappella, and I walk around the fire, and, really, and what it is, just a comment on the oneness,
I think what it is you walk a very great line between seriousness and lightheartedness.
Thank you.
And
wow.
And people resonate with that.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Well, it's I'm Gary Larson with a new hat. in that level where you can have these deeper communications with your surroundings, laughter, and the seven senses. I say that you get the five. That's what you get when they tell you. You have your sense of touch, sight, hearing, taste, smell, and it really kind of shuts down after that. Okay, because those are all tactile things that your controllers can make sure you're doing okay. Okay, if you have those five things going for you, you're going to be a productive member of society. You're going to be out there earning. You're going to be out there paying your tax portion. Okay, so that's why only those five, touch, sight, hearing, taste, and smell, that makes a good worker. You're a good worker at that point if you just stick to those five and don't deviate. But you see, there's more, of course, and this is where you take it to the next level. And you have your vestibular system, which is your sense of balance, which is just as easy. It's a wonderful sense, a sense of balance. It's what keeps you from bunking your head into everything. And proprioception, your proprioception system is the sense of your body position. Okay, like you get you're riding in a car and you're sitting a funny way in the seat, and you have that's your proprioception.
Easy for you to say.
I know, it's a toughie. But anyway, but of course, yoga, and that's the other thing too. A lot of our HICE friends, our human initiated contact experiencers, are into like yoga and healthful eating.
Yeah, they're generally a very healthy bunch. I mean,
Yep.
out of the 50 that were there, how many could you say were morbidly obese?
Yeah, a smaller amount than your average trip to Walmart.
Probably fewer than 5 people. And
Yeah,
that's an exceptional rarity in today's average human population.
We better slim down, buddy.
Well, yeah, I do it. Do what I can. But
do as I say, not as I do.
well, that's the whole thing. Is it's all part of living a balanced life. Go back to balance again, and
Sure.
It's physical, mental, and spiritual. So if you're too heavy on the spiritual side, you're not working well enough on the others. So you got to kind of balance them out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a Zen lesson for the day.
Cool. And then we on imho.love, we want to add these 2 to those 7, even though those 7 are a wonder. Each one is a wonder in itself, man. The way your eye works is unbelievable.
Yeah, talk about pineal.
Oh my God. Yeah, and everything is just so complete. I mean, the creator of us is such an incredible intelligence and such an artist, man. Not only is it functional, it's freaking beautiful.
I know, yeah. Yeah, the hand of God hath no measure.
The hand of God hath no measure. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, man. Okay. The 2 we want to add are intuition and telepathy. Intuition comes with you. It's part of your package. It's what keeps you alive, your intuitions. Sense of dangers in your intuition group. That's where you start sensing love and acceptance and rejection and fear. And that's where all that stuff begins, is in your intuition. You are, vibrations are bouncing off of you or into you, and you're processing them in a way, and how you tame that literally is your triumph or loss in that particular situation. You can accept it as it is, believe that for some particular reason it happened this way, or you can struggle and kick and spit and holler because things didn't go your way, but maybe they weren't supposed to. So it's tough to get there, man. I get it. But telepathy, and we were so blessed to have Nancy Dutetra here over the weekend. What a peaceful soul she is, man. She's a knower, dude. She's a knower.
Yeah, I'm humbled by her presence.
Oh, man. She's... Oof.
So many people are out here.
She's deep in this.
So many people here I'm humbled by.
Oh, yeah. Ken Glanister, man, that soul just moves around, dude.
And Larry and
Larry's awesome.
yeah.
And I don't want to start naming names. Leave everybody's wonderful, but there's certain people that they just bring an energy that almost like takes up slack or something. So, and of course, at that particular time, there are many other HICE groups doing at the same time. So we have that collective energy as well.
Yeah, as it crosses across the United States, other groups light up, but they're few and far between, and that's what we're working on. So, but we wanted to get into we didn't want to go deeply.
Franchises are available.
Franchise, so is Francesca.
Francesca,
but she's only my cousin.
Did you ever read John Fonte?
No. Well, that would require me to be a reader.
You're a reader? Are you kidding me?
It's a learner.
You just like reading
everything.
Law books. That's what you like.
But
that's why you sleep well.
What I wanted to do is we had such, we have such wonderful people around here, and I got a letter from a first timer.
Oh my!
And Leslie, and I got her permission to use it.
Oh,
and I think it's worth reciting because
please do.
Really special. She goes.
So this is a lady that came for the first time,
right?
Saturday night here at the Area 52 Darby Ranch in Libby, was it?
No, it was Leslie.
Leslie. Sorry.
Could have been Libby. It might have been but it's Leslie.
She could have been Libby the first time.
She's a member of the group. She
cool.
goes, Mike, I wanted to personally thank you last night for facilitating the hosting such an amazing group. Being as it was my first meeting, I was not sure which guy you were. All I had to go by was that little image of you on the kayak. She laughed.
That's funny.
I'm very shy of strangers. Came alone from Plant City, and I knew no one there. I was petrified I was at the wrong party when I pulled past the house and saw a large group of strangers gathered under a carport. I had it in reverse, and I was backing out, and when I looked up, and to my enormous relief, there was a man opening that gate for me. He was very polite, and immediately I felt more at ease when he told me where I could park my truck. It doesn't sound like you're entering the gates of heaven. You just met St. Petersburg. You're about to leave, and all of a sudden it's like, no, you made it to the right place.
Yeah, right.
So she goes, and that was Dominic, I'm sure of it.
Oh, Dom, yeah, absolutely.
But after that, everyone I came across either smiled or said hi. The same fellow that opened the gate came to help me push my wheelbarrow onto the carport to unload. I'm sorry now I didn't catch his name. If it wasn't for him, I think I would have gone back home. Mike, I am so glad that I didn't, because after that, several people walked up and greeted me and offered to help. Throughout the entire evening, I met some amazing people, and even though it was cold and overcast, if that was you that did the invocation and holding of hands, that is when we all saw the lights in the southwest horizon. It was amazing. I understand you're dealing with a health issue, Mike, and I pray for your swift and painless recovery. And my very sincere condolences to you for the recent passing of one of your dearest friends. There was an owl behind me that was sounding off the whole time you spoke. You and I know what the owls are, and stopped when you stopped and was not heard again the rest of the evening. It's my feeling you were being addressed not only by an owl, but the horse and those coyotes too.
Huh?
Thank you. Yeah, they were yipping. Thank you again for allowing this event to take place on your beautiful property. Most sincerely yours, Leslie. Leslie, thank you very much.
Leslie is, wow. Well, she got it.
She's lit, totally lit.
Yeah, good.
All you gotta do is show up.
I think she's the one that had that cool older Ford pickup. The burgundy one?
Yeah, she mentioned the truck, but I was...
Yeah,
I didn't get a chance to get
There was an old, like a 90, 91. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
burgundy, long bed, F-150.
Yeah.
Liked it.
I didn't get out there till after dark. I didn't really even mention it.
It was a Sharpie.
It was.
So, anyway, wow, that's fabulous. And that's what, we were talking about at the breaks, where is in that field of people, lovely souls, every one of them, just sweethearts. It's a sweetheart factory. It really is. But there's a lot of people that have had, ET sightings and mysterious sightings, UAP sightings, and not had anybody to tell them about it. Or they've had visions, or they've had promptings, maybe visited by orbs. There's all kinds of things that can happen to a person. And if you go into, the average, psychology guy or whatever, psychologist, girl, like ever, whoever. Person.
They.
Psychology person.
But,
are you a psychology person? Can I tell you something?
I'm just a licensed social worker. I'm sorry. I can't take your confession.
But I can back up a bus. Yeah, they generally listen to you, nod their head, and then prescribe you pills if they can. If not, they'll give you a book they're selling.
Yeah, they can't cure you. They'll drug you into submission.
That's right. So, but this particular group, and if you meet everybody in person and you get to look in their eyes and hear their voice and feel their presence, man, there are some really wonderful folks that come out and share with us. And, if you can't make it, just know, we'll announce when they are. The next one's December 4th. Mm-hmm. It's filling up quick. If you want to go, get on the meetup site and reserve your spot. Okay? But anyway, so, and what you would expect there, not that we're on like a fund drive or anything.
Right, yeah. And by the way, it's free.
That's 100% free.
Actually, it costs us, but it's okay. You're worth it.
Whatever.
So,
sure. Well, it's our tithe.
Well, yeah, it's our mission.
It's our tithe, yeah.
We call this Mission to the Stars.
Mission to the stars. That's a coffee mug. But I mean, just me personally, I've done so many comedy shows, which have just been, I've played in front of thousands of people, hundreds of people, dozens of people. And they've all been rewarding in some way. I've had a couple clinkers, but, so does everybody. But somebody laughed at something, damn it. And, but sharing that laughter and that exchange has, really kind of deburred me. Okay, I know what's funny, and I know what's a little raucous, and there's some things that are humorous, that are a little rough, or a little...
know your crowd.
Know your crowd, but yeah, everybody likes a nice little sex joke every once in a while. They really do, whether they're still doing it or not. But anyway.
Because got to size up the crowd to see, like, are they gay? Are they straight? I was like, which ones are going to go tonight,
Right, well, yeah. But the age crowds that I play, though, it's
they get offended.
Are they awake?
Are they alive?
Are they drunk and are they awake? Good, both.
Let's run them for
because I do a lot of over 55s, but they're such great audiences, and you know why? Because they were brought up in that age of properly attending theater.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And they know how to act.
Yeah.
See, like I went to some local, some younger guys' shows, and the crowd's very raucous, very rude.
Yeah.
Lots of phones, lots of clicking. Yeah. Anyway, to get away from all that, folks, literally on the other end of the world, away from the noise and the struggle and the blah blah blah, that is a daily day if you let it be. Every month we get to have a Skywatch, and they are really, really important to me. For one, I get to talk to the group and share my heart and my love, and just be with all these beautiful folks. And then because we're all learning something every day, and each of these meetings is just fabulous. Well, anyway, I wrote a piece I might have read it a couple months ago. I'm not sure, but you got to sit through it again, or go get a soda, whatever. Or don't have soda. Have nice fruit juice. Anyway, I'm anti-soda now. All right,
it's good.
It's called Skywatch. Tonight, as the moon goes into hiding, many earthly low vibrations are colliding. Humanic egos are struggling and dividing. We go to a place of rest. The cacophony of harsh vibrations are shredding. The confusion of the free thinkers sweating, and no one knows where we are heading. We go to a place of rest. The kingdom of the air is scrambled. Some areas are left in a shambles, spinning your head and leaving your mouth to ramble. We go to a place of rest. Among the masses we share the confusion, everyone tripping over the curb of illusion, soul checking your personal constitution. We go to a place of rest. A lovely rendezvous of strangers, meet up without fear or danger. This field has room for a cosmic manger. We go to a place of rest. Friends one and all, brand new or from Earth's history. Where we all came from and then met here, it's a mystery. No pain here, innocent souls with hope in the dissection of their misery. We go to a place of rest. Circle levels 1, soul circles 1, 2, 3. A gathering of kind hearts are seeking better ways to be. To touch that communal energy from our souls, from the sky, from the trees. We go to a place of rest. Recline back, breathe deep, engage your zero gravity. Clear your head, feel it all, unlock the gate of your creativity. Off you will drift, off to the stars, away from your close proximity. We go to a place of rest. Divine appointments from life, from spirit, from love. All of us gathering, despite no moon above. All t-shirt summer and in the winter bring gloves. We go to a place of rest. It's a collective energy, unique to us all. Through the din, we hear the subtle call. Meet in the springtime, meet in the fall. We go to a place of rest. Our extended family seeks the love and the innocence of our hearts. We meditate, chill out, and fine-tune our parts. The communion we seek won't be found on charts. We go to a place of rest. Love, love, love is forever heard. Open your hearts, you may hear your word. Let your spirit be met by the soaring bird, and welcome to your place of rest. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Namaste, Elvis.
Namaste, baby. I mean that. Y'all beautiful people, man. Thanks for tuning in. Love you here on imho.love. imho, in my humble opinion.love. And our wonderful friend Kathy McGuire transfers. She has Vocal 4 Media. She does internet services. And she transfers over all the shows to YouTube and BitChute and imho.love and Podbean. And there's one more. Anyway.
That place.
imho.love is the home base. All the shows are archived there. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. You can do anything you want with these shows. They're non-monetized. We don't own a thing. The content is 100% original. And share it, love it. These will be archived, and one day they'll find them like the Dead Sea Scrolls on some key drive.
No, ET's like they're recording them.
Of course.
You know, I mean, look, you send out the tractor beam and they'll come, you know.
You know, I'm not much of a materialist, Mike, but I can tell you one thing that's worth the money. YouTube Premium.
Yeah, I just got that.
YouTube Premium.
It's like rocks.
$12 or something.
Yeah, no interruptions.
No commercials.
Yeah.
You can watch a whole movie, listen to 9 videos in a row.
You can educate yourself immeasurably with it.
Educate yourself, man.
That's right.
Well, folks, we have. That's somebody calling me.
Yeah, give it a check. Maybe hopefully we're still on.
Yeah. It had a funny noise, didn't it?
Yeah.
I don't like funny noises, man.
Yeah.
Hope you're still there. If not, I'll crank it back up.
Excuse me, it's the president.
We're still rolling, Big Daddy.
Well, good.
We're at, F still on, thank you, yay. Where are we at on time, man?
Oh, we got about 15 minutes left.
15 minutes?
Yeah.
What do you want to hear over? Folks, thank you. All right. Hi, Tatya and Nanette, Cat Carol. Cat Carol was really helpful today. Thank you. And I saw Debbie and Sue swing by there, and Daniel, and of course Mark and Mike. Love you guys, and that's why we do it. We're happy that there's 10 of you watching live right now, but like I said, do anything you want with it. Share it. If you got a long car drive and you think you want to go to sleep at the end, plug it in. Okay, so this crew that was here the last show, between Nancy DeTetra, Dr. Bob Davis, Dave Beatty, was it Jerry or Jim? Jeff? Voorhees. Gary Voorhees. One of my friends is a guy named Jeff Voorhees. Anyway, Gary Voorhees and Dave Bader. And this crowd, Leroy was here and Ken Glanister was here.
Yeah, we're missing a couple, but
But man, the energy,
positive.
Dude, you should have heard some of the conversations on the porch. Consequently, I was doing leaking toilet duty.
Yeah.
Just the old ranch just ain't got no high tech plumbing.
That's right. Murburg, get out your wrenches.
Yeah. Rent, and I think next time we should rent a Skittle can or something.
Well,
at least one or two.
Let's see how it goes. I think we'll put the men over in the Sasquatch urinal, and that'll save half. And
that's organic, yeah.
Yeah, and look, don't flush the toilet unless it's a deuce.
Yeah.
Simple
There you go.
rules. There you go.
That's country water, man.
I know.
If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down.
Yeah, there you go. I like that.
That's good, ain't it?
We could
You want me to crochet that for you?
I thought exactly. That's scary. Hang it over the toilet.
I'll needle point it. Anyway, folks, it's been so nice lately. I do have a show. If you're in the upper Pasco, I'm playing in Brooksville on Saturday night at Hernando Oaks.
Right, as we say in Florida, Brooksville.
Brooksville. How you got the 3 syllables out of that? Anyway,
I don't know.
It's the old Hernando Oaks. It's a country club, or it's kind of like a.
I've never been in that fancy part of Brooksville.
Yeah. But it's one of those cool older country clubs,
Yeah.
and the kind you used to see in Buick commercials.
Yeah.
And
Brooksville's a real nice area.
Dude, Brooksville's awesome.
Yeah.
And this little area, well, especially Area 52, but right there on Bellamy Brothers Road, man.
That's right.
And but this whole area, and everything's coming this way. You can just see the wave. They're tearing up another state road right down the road from us, and which will take them absolutely forever. You've got, as it stands right now, you got 6 lanes of traffic getting handled by 2 or 3 lanes right now. So, but anyway, that's the growth down here in Florida. But we have been so blessed, man. We've had just like the most beautiful days. The humidity's down. It's 77 degrees. A beautiful day for bike rides and all that good stuff, man. Get to go out and get some sunshine and some energy. Really feeling good. Feeling good about eating a little better. You know, I got to get it all tuned up, man. It's I'm just getting acclimated to the. What is my title now? What title?
You are the comedian and poet in residence.
Comedian and poet, and I'm telling you, I'm gonna get business cards.
You can crochet that too.
How you doing, folks? Comedian and poet in residence. How are you?
Put it over your bed, frame it.
I can get you a good seat.
Anybody does crochet out there, let me know. We got two ideas that need to be executed. I can't crochet.
I guarantee somebody in our group does needlepoint. Those mellow old ladies, man, they're so cool. But so tomorrow is 11/11. It's Veterans Day. A lot of people are saying that tomorrow is going to be big shit go down day.
It's a shame. It's Veterans Day. You know, we appreciate them all the time, but it was supposed to be Armistice Day, number one, the ceasing of the guns in World War I, the war that would end all wars.
Yes.
But we've forgotten that. We just decided to rename it so we don't remind ourselves it was the war to end all wars, and we failed.
Yeah.
And then we did the World War II, and we failed. And we did communism, and we failed. So where are we now? We know everything that doesn't work. So hopefully we're at the threshold of something new.
But as, you know, whether, you know, our audience knows or agrees or whatever, and it really doesn't matter because that's the name of the show, in my humble opinion.
Opinions.
I've been watching, you know, and studying this stuff, and, you know, the banks and the governments work to, they start a war, they fight the war, they finance both sides, and in the end, the private investor gets squeezed out of whatever he can.
Yeah, the private banking system was invented by pirates.
Right, pirates, exactly right. Oh, you were going way back. Yeah,
The
original loan sharks.
Right.
Yeah.
The English Empire. It started it all.
And a couple fellows were standing around the docks going, "You see what these pirates are pulling off?
Yeah, really, man.
What's going on here?
It's like, what's this with the currency? You know?
Yeah, that's what the pirate captains used to do. Is they would forward their crews money until they hit the shore and they weren't settled up yet or whatever, and then and charge them interest. Mm-hmm. And of course the sailors they'd been at sea for 30, 60, 90 days or whatever the hell long. They wanted to get drunk, they wanted to get laid, so they took the short money so they had money to spend in town.
Right.
And then because in the scriptures under the term usury, you're not supposed to charge interest on money that you lend, because the energy that you do by not charging interest on the money that you lend creates a blessing for the person that borrowed it and for the business that was done with it. Mm-hmm. Okay? But, very Orthodox Hebrews may do that. You know, they may lend, and I'm sure there's parameters built into their Talmud and all that.
Well, today you'd have to lend, just for you to break even, you'd have to lend at whatever the going interest rate is, because we're now in inflation again. Back then there was inflation, but by debasing the actual coinage, but it's a shame we're going through the same thing all over again.
Well, in one sense, I hope 11/11/21 is. I hope it's a big rock and roll day, like all the subliminal news outlets are talking about. And if it's not, it's like we grow weary looking for the alternative answer. But that's not what it's all about, though. See, the politics and all that television stuff, that's all down here. That's way down low. It's meant to keep you dizzy. It's meant to keep you off balance. It's meant to not honor your extra senses, your extrasensory your extra sensitive perceptions are stymied by the television and the internet feeds. There's certain things, if you've ever watched Fight Club, those little images that they slide in there, they still do it every day. and they make you think things, and they make you do things. And there was a great rundown in Ocean's 11 about the same thing and how you bet the same numbers. It was all manipulation. And all that confusion that the world offers you, okay? Yeah, and dude, I used to get headaches from it, and and one of the things that has really, really helped here at Area 52, there's no TV.
Right.
And wow, what the difference in the flow of air in the house is unbelievable.
Yeah, I've had no TV out here for like decades.
Right.
Yeah, it's different.
It's and there's no, and you know what? I don't miss it at all.
No.
Now I do have the internet. I mean, and I say hi and bye on the cell phone often.
Yeah.
But and I look at some stuff. There's a new Robert Sefer out that's fantastic. That guy, the world's most dangerous anthropologist.
Yeah, he's good. I like his
Sepehr, Robert Sefer. Check him out, man. He's all right.
Well, I was just thinking is that what the great equalizer is going to be. We're at the edge of something catastrophic that's going to happen.
You think?
Something. I mean, look what they did. They already started filing indictments on the people that were involved in the Hillary Gate stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, all the BS about the dossier and all that.
Yeah.
Those guys are getting prosecuted. There's 1,000 pages of indictments that have been passed down.
Sure.
And I mean, that's a big, gigantic change from where we were 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago. I mean, the deep state was so deep that we couldn't dig them out.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, they're starting to get dug out. That's a pretty big dig there. I mean, they're either going to be convicting people, or there's going to be a lot of people being suicided. That's how serious it is.
Oh, I know.
And then we had the Evergrande scandal in China. I mean, every time you have an economic downturn, there's always something that happens. Like in 1927, it was the hurricane season in Florida that created a market crash in real estate in Florida that led to the 1929 crash in October. There's been other crashes, but it's classic. And then what you have going on in China, you have Evergrande that overbuilt and went bankrupt. The Chinese government said, no, you're going to take your entire wealth and fortune and back up this loss.
Wow.
How's that for being called on the carpet?
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they gave it to him. They got the devil has to do, But still, the question is will the Evergrande collapse actually cause the collapse of the entire Chinese real estate market, and with it, no kidding. I mean, that's a big economy, and we're a major debtor to them. So they're
sure.
So we
don't need them to have a garage sale around here.
Right. Well, even
you want to buy Yosemite back?
As bad as that sounds, though, it may be the great equalizer that we're going to be going through, because people are going to be faced to rely on one another, and to and to face the reality of all the situations that we've caused to occur geopolitically and economically, even microeconomically here in this country, and we're going to have to face it. And there will be no black, white, anybody. Everybody's going to be poor again. Everybody's going to be militant again.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, this is the great unifier that we're going through. That and the combination of ET and contact with extraterrestrials. Who would have thunk that 10 years ago? Okay,
Right.
And they're here and they're coming. So we're in a position of like really incredible change, and we're in a blessed position to have some kind of impact on that change and make this world a better place.
Absolutely, Mike. And I know you're speaking right from the middle of your heart. That is your desire. That we would introduce, through our words, through our jokes or whatever we write or whatever, that we would just get you one tick closer to realizing your higher awareness, your beauty of self, your incredible worth, your integral part of the oneness. Man, you're so important, and letting yourself be, just letting yourself absorb the day, man, and take things as they come. All this micromanaging and mental tug of wars, all that stuff, man. It all becomes very, very secondary. So, well, folks, I think that's about an hour. So
yeah, we're getting there. The closing line: if you get it right this time around, you won't have to go through this all over again.
If you get it right this time around,
right,
you don't have to go through it over again.
This all over again.
Well, we learn our lessons till we learn our lessons,
and then where it becomes a way of being, and so you're not doing something to get something in return.
Yeah.
So you're just doing it to, as Jordan Peterson might say, self-actualize. So
self-actualization.
Right. Yeah, and we call it like unifying with Tao. So
higher
order.
But I love the way, the Tao writings and the teachings. I mean, they just after you've consumed it, it just settles wonderfully with you. You go, I just read the truth.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
And when you and Mike just translated all 81 chapters of the Hua Hu Ching, which is an incredible feat. And that's why this dude has the balance that he has, because he's read all these lovely, lovely, incredible pieces of truth over and over and over again. That's what you expose yourself to is what you become. So, if you're playing, Grand Theft Auto 11 hours a day, that's kind of where you're going to become. But if you're walking with all these lessons of the Tao in front of you and not exposing yourself to those kind of harsh vibrations, you're doing better on the big human adventure. I swear you are. You know you are.
Yeah, and to bring Ra into the mix too. If you don't know the law of one, you really should. It's worthy of knowing. But in this group in particular, is like service to others is held more important than service to self.
Yes.
I mean, and that's what differentiates those who, according to Ra, will be saved.
Yes.
And,
sure.
They're part of the harvest.
Service to others, man. It's eventually you get there, and that's what it is. And you also, Kat Carroll and I were talking about this today. She goes, if you notice the occupations of the seekers, they're in healthcare.
Healers, yes.
Yeah, they're in the psychic arts. They're helpers. They do wonderful, beautiful work. They work for veterinary clinics. They're amazing stuff.
Yeah.
But it's all in theme with the way things should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got accused this week of not being a good attorney because I don't make a lot of money at it. Okay. And my only reply is that I have enough money to be doing exactly what I want to be doing.
Yeah.
What better thing can you do than help other people?
Sure. Exactly. Well, you consider the source on that one. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening into the imho.love show. I'm Lou Angelwolf. That's Mike Murburg. The show is sponsored by Mike Murburg's law practice. That's disabilityattorney.net. That's disabilityattorney.net. He does Social Security disability cases. If you know somebody that...
And injured railroad workers.
Injured railroad workers, too.
They have a disability thing with the federal government. I do that as well. So.
Okay. So, and I mean, a guy with this kind of talent, man, we could be doing this show from Monte Carlo on marble floors, but we're not. And we don't want to. So, because that means you'd have to jump back in the game.
Yeah, that'd be Monte Carlo, man.
You'd have to...
Screw that. Who wants to go to Monte Carlo? It's like, what gambling, fast cars, fast women, and uber rich. It's like, that's a soulful experience.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, exactly.
Maybe they could have like a megacon there or something.
That's probably... I don't know why I came up with Monte Carlo.
I just thought, have a megacon in Monte Carlo. That would, how unlikely.
All right, let me get a second run at it. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. We're gonna be doing the show from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
What was the name of that town we did MegaCon in though?
Lawrence. Lemmings. Deming. It's up there, right?
Yeah.
Laughlin.
Yeah.
Which I like the word. It's got laugh in it.
Laughlin is like the Monte Carlo of Western Nevada.
It is.
Truly is.
Beautiful aging casinos out there.
On the Colorado River, though.
The richest guy there is the guy that sold them all smoke handlers.
Right, or renting to the...
And you can still smoke in there. There's people out there smoking. I can't believe it.
We saw that guy die.
Yeah, we saw that guy die.
Oh, the slots. What a way to go.
His last quarter. Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are silly. Thank you, everybody, for listening in. Daniel, Tatcha, Mark. All right. You guys are awesome. Love you a bunch. Thank you so much. Thanks for laughing. Thanks for staying through the whole thing. And then,